Yes. So this chapter number 4. In the chapter number 4, only third point given in the syllabus. Third point is the vapor density and its relation to relative molecular mass. Molecular mass is equal to 2 into vapor density. Formal proof not required. Direction of simple empirical and molecular formula. So this much is the syllabus. But directly if we go for empirical and molecular formula, you may face difficulty and you don't develop the concept of the vapor density. So first of all, I am taking Avogadro's law. This law is applicable only for gases. This law is applicable only for gases. This law is applicable only for gases. What is given here? Under the similar conditions of temperature and pressure, under the similar conditions of temperature and pressure, equal volume of gases contain equal number of molecules. This is the statement. Under similar conditions of temperature and pressure, under similar conditions of temperature and pressure, equal volumes of gases contain equal number of molecules. This is the statement of the Avogadro's law. Under the similar conditions of temperature and pressure, equal volumes of gases contain equal number of molecules. The meaning is that whatever the gas it may be, if the volumes are same, number of molecules will be same. Either it is carbon dioxide, either it is sulfur dioxide, either it is ammonia, whatever the gas it may be, if the volumes are same, number of molecules will be same. Another thing, if you reduce the volume, if you decrease the volume, in the same ratio, the number of molecules will decrease. So just to see the example, suppose 1 liter ammonia contains 1 liter ammonia contains n molecule. 1 liter ammonia contains n molecule. Then 1 liter carbon dioxide contains how many molecules? Equal volume of gases contain equal number of molecules. So here the volume is same, 1 liter is same, so the number of molecules is also be same. N molecules of carbon dioxide. In the same way, if I ask you that 1 liter of sulfur dioxide, this is also gas, how many molecules will be there? In 1 liter sulfur dioxide, how many molecules will be present? Very simple.
Molecules.
N molecules. Yes, correct. N molecules. Here you will get the N molecules. So 1 liter nitrogen contains N molecules. So 1 liter carbon dioxide. Yes, please. N molecules. Please close your mic. 1 liter sulfur dioxide contains N molecules. Another example. Suppose that 100 ml carbon dioxide contain X molecule. 100 ml carbon dioxide contain X molecule. So now the question for you, 100 ml sulfur dioxide, how many molecules will be there?
Sir, X
Volume
molecule.
is X molecules. X molecules. In the same way, if I reduce the volume, suppose that if it is 50 ml, hydrogen is there. I have reduced the volume half. What is the number of molecules? Molecules also be reduced to half. So how many molecules you will get here? X by 2. X by 2. Same ratio. Irrespective of the nature of the gas. Irrespective of the nature of the gas, whatever the volumes are there, accordingly only. So this 50 ml hydrogen contains X by 2 molecule. In the same way, 25 ml that ammonia. This is 25 is 1/4. So that will become X by 4 molecules. So this you have seen. Now one more example. I think it is clear to you. It is very clear that equal volume of gases contain equal number of molecules irrespective of the nature of the gas. Whatever the gas is there, if the volumes are same, number of molecules will be same. So one more example, just you see, this nitrogen combines with hydrogen. This will form 2NH3. Here 1 volume, here 3 volume, here 2 volume. In this problem, you must be thinking how we know that how many volumes are there. It is very simple. Just you see the coefficient of this molecule. Nothing is written, it means 1 is there, 1 volume. Here 3 volume, here 2 number is given, 2 volume. Suppose that if 1 volume contain 1 molecule, if 1 volume contain 1 molecule, then in 3 volume, how many molecules will be there? 3 molecules. Then here 2 molecules. Then suppose that if the 1 volume contain N molecule, then here 3N molecules, here 2N molecules. So this is about the Avogadro's law. So that you have completed from the page number 74. Now, next you come that applications of Avogadro's law. In that one, page number 78, that C point that we have to study that determines relationship between molecular weight and vapor density. That only we are going to study. Determine relationship between molecular weight and vapor density So this is the new topic for you. First of all, molecular weight. You have studied that molecular weight is the ratio weight of one molecule of the substance to the weight of one atom of hydrogen. This is the molecular weight formula. Molecular weight is equal to mass of one molecule, mass of one molecule of a substance upon molecular weight. Molecular weight is the mass of one molecule of a substance to the mass of one atom of hydrogen. This is the molecular mass or molecular weight formula that we will use. So first of all, we have to study vapor density. Vapor density. Just you go through your book, what is given. Vapor density is the ratio. Vapor density is the ratio mass of the certain volume of the gas to the mass of the same volume of hydrogen. Vapor density is the ratio. Vapor density is the ratio of mass of certain volume of a gas to the mass of same volume of hydrogen gas. It means this vapor density is compared with the mass of the hydrogen, same volume. So formula will be there. Vapor density is equal to mass of certain volume of a gas to the mass of same volume of hydrogen gas. It is very simple. Just you take the fixed volume, and for the fixed volume you take the mass of the gas and you take the mass of the hydrogen. Then you divide both the quantities. That you will get the vapor density. So that's why what is given? Vapor density is the ratio of the mass of the certain volume of a gas to the mass of the same volume of hydrogen. For example, suppose that a metallic cylinder is there. In this metallic cylinder, the gas X is filled. When the gas X is filled, the weight is 100 gram. When the gas X is filled, the weight is 100 gram. Next time, from this metallic cylinder, gas X is removed and then again hydrogen is filled. When the hydrogen is filled, then the weight is 4 gram. Try to understand the question. A metallic cylinder is there. In that cylinder, when the gas X is filled, the mass is 100 gram. And the next time, this gas X is removed and then hydrogen is filled. When the hydrogen is filled, then the mass is 4 gram. Now in this problem, just you see, the volume is fixed. What is the volume of the gas X? What is the volume of the hydrogen gas? The volume of the gas X or the volume of the hydrogen is the volume of this metallic cylinder. Both are kept one by one in this metallic cylinder. So their volumes will be the volume of the metallic cylinder. It means the volume is fixed. Now this formula can be applied here. Vapor density is the ratio of the mass of the certain volume of a gas to the mass of the same volume of hydrogen. So here, what is the certain volume? Certain volume is the volume of this metallic cylinder. What is the certain volume? certain volume means the volume of this metallic cylinder. So if you calculate the vapor density of gas X, apply this formula, that mass of a certain volume of a gas to the mass of the same volume of hydrogen. So this 100 gram divided by 4, 25, and vapor density, there will be no unit because this is the ratio. Wherever you are getting ratio, unit will not be there. So for this vapor density also, no unit is there. I hope that you all understood. So
Yes.
such type of the questions they are asking in board paper. Those who have learned this definition, vapor density, this you keep in your most important category. Without the help of this formula, you cannot solve such type of the problem. Without the help of this formula, you cannot solve such type of the problem. So that's why this formula is very, very useful for you. One more example I will give you. I hope that you all have written. Okay. So another example. Suppose that a gas Y is there. Its 10 liter mass, that is 10 liter mass, that is 400 gram, and 1 liter, same condition is there, 1 liter hydrogen gas mass is 2 grams. Just you try to understand. This 10 liter mass is 400 gram and 1 liter mass is 2 gram. So this formula can be applied, but here the certain volume of both the gases must be fixed. Volume of both the gases must be fixed, then only the formula is applicable. So here 10 liter you are getting this, and in the same way you can calculate 10 liter hydrogen gas mass. So 1 liter 2 gram, 10 liter 2 into 10, 20 gram. So the vapor density will be that 400 upon 20. Then this will be the 20. So vapor density of this gas Y will be 20. Now I am going to drive one relation, that molecular weight is equal to 2 into vapor density. This formula is very, very useful when we study the empirical formula. So that's why I'm going to prove here how we can get that molecular mass is twice of the vapor density. So already you have studied that vapor density is the ratio of the mass of the certain volume of the gas to the mass of the same volume of hydrogen. Already you have studied that vapor density is the ratio of the mass of the certain volume of a gas to the mass of the same volume of hydrogen. So that only we will take, that vapor density is equal to mass of certain volume of a gas upon mass of same volume of hydrogen. So vapor density, mass of certain volume of a gas, I am going to take one volume. So mass of one volume of a gas upon mass of one volume of hydrogen gas. Suppose that one volume contain one molecule. You studied the Avogadro's law that equal volume of gases contain equal number of molecules. So suppose one volume contain one molecule. So mass of one molecule of a gas upon mass of one molecule of hydrogen gas. Now you know that hydrogen is diatomic. Hydrogen is diatomic. It means in one molecule two atoms are present. So we can write here that mass of one molecule of a gas upon 2 into mass of one atom of hydrogen gas. So this 2 will come here, 2 into vapor density, and here you are writing mass of one molecule of a gas divided by mass of one atom of hydrogen gas. And just you see, this one is, you have written here molecular weight. This already you have written that molecular weight. Molecular weight is mass of one molecule of a substance to the mass of the one atom of it. Means molecular weight is the ratio of the mass of the one molecule of a substance to the mass of the one atom of hydrogen. So here 2 into vapor density. This one is what you have written there, molecular weight only. So that you can write here molecular weight. So now this relationship you have to study, that molecular weight is equal to 2 into vapor density. So this relationship is very, very important for you, that we will use in the coming topic. So this is the, from the page number 78, that C point you can mark in your book. Now next you go that percentage composition, page number 87, percentage composition. Can I run? So next I am going to tell you how to calculate percentage composition in any compound. Percentage composition means if you take 100 parts of any compound, then how many parts of elements are present? How many parts of elements are present? That only called percentage composition. So here one formula is there. That formula will be used here. So just you see this topic, percentage composition. Percentage composition, that percentage of element. Percentage of element is equal to mass of element in one molecule of a compound. The meaning is that mass of element upon molecular mass multiplied by 100. This formula will be used here. Nothing else. Very simple. That percentage of element is equal to the mass of the element in one molecule of the compound upon molecular mass into 100. For example, calculate calculate percentage composition of the compound sodium carbonate, and atomic masses will be given. Atomic weight of sodium is 23, then carbon 12 and oxygen 16. So first of all, calculate molecular mass. How to calculate molecular mass? You know that taking the sum of the atomic masses, already we studied in the lower classes. So take the sum of the atomic masses. So molecular mass of sodium carbonate. So this 46 plus 12 upon 48. So this is 60, 106. This is the molecular mass of sodium carbonate. Now, percentage of sodium. Just you see in the percentage of sodium, what is the mass of the sodium in sodium carbonate? So mass of the sodium is 46. 46 upon molecular mass. Molecular mass is 106 multiplied by 100. You will get the answer, percentage you can. In the same way, percentage of carbon. So just you see what is the mass of the carbon here. Carbon 12. So 12 upon molecular mass. Molecular mass is 106 into 100. So whatever you are getting, you write in percentage. In the same way, you can calculate percentage of one element is left, oxygen. So just you see, oxygen, how many atoms are there? 3, and 3 atom mass is 48. So 48 divided by 106 multiplied by 100. So whatever you are getting, that is the percentage. So it is one of the easiest topic. It is one of the easiest topic. By this way, you can calculate. So now we will start the exercise, and one topic is left, that empirical and molecular formula, that I will take after completing the 2 exercises. That one is given at the page number 86, that is given for vapor density and molecular weight, and the another one is given at the page number 95. So first of all, that questions 3, vapor density and molecular weight, from the page number 86. So question number 3, that vapor density and molecular weight. Vapor density and molecular weight. The problem based on this only, 2 topics we have completed. So first one, this question number 1. Just you go through page number 86. This page number 86. What is given? That 50 ml of gas X at STP weigh 0.50 gram. Calculate the vapor density and molecular weight of the gas if 1 liter hydrogen at STP weigh 0.09 gram. So just to see what is given, 500 ml, that is given, that gas X at STP. gas X at STP, weight is given 0.50 gram. Then 1 liter of hydrogen, 1 liter hydrogen gas at STP, weight is given, that 0.09. So in this formula, just you see, vapor density formula is applied. Vapor density is the ratio mass of certain volume of a gas to the mass of same volume of hydrogen gas. This formula is applied here. So just you see here, 500 ml gas weight is given. Here 1 liter hydrogen gas weight is given. Both the volume must be same. Then only this formula is applicable. So the 500 ml gas X weight is 0.5 gram. Just you see, 500 ml gas X at STP weight is given 0.50 gram. Then 1000 ml gas X at STP weight is 0.50 divided by 500 multiplied by 1000. So what you will get? 1 gram. You are getting 1 gram. Now apply the vapor. Just you see, 1000 ml, that is 1 liter only. So 1 liter mass of the gas X, you are getting 1 gram, and 1 liter hydrogen mass is 0.09 gram. So you can apply this formula. So the vapor density is the ratio mass of certain volume of a gas to the mass of the same volume of hydrogen. So this 1 liter gas X mass is 1 gram. Then 1 liter hydrogen gas mass is 0.09 gram. So you can remove this 0. So that will become 100 upon 9. Then 9 1 ja 9, 1 11, 9 1 ja 9. So just you divide 1 1 10, 9 1 ja 9, 1 10, means you will get that 11.11. In this problem it is asked calculate molecular mass. So you know one formula, that molecular weight, just now we have studied, 2 into vapor density. Molecular weight is equal to 2 into vapor density. So that formula you can apply here, that molecular weight, that vapor density we have calculated here 11.11. So this will be 22.22 gram. So this is very easy numerical problem, and such type the problem they are asking in board paper also. So just to see what is given. Here it is given 500 ml gas X at STP, condition is same, weight is given 0.05 gram, and 1 liter hydrogen weight is given 0.09 gram. So both the gases are present at the same condition, that STP, but the problem is that their volumes are not same. So that's why I have calculated 1000 ml gas X mass, that is 1 gram. Here volume is same. 1 liter gas X mass is 1 gram, 1 liter hydrogen mass is 0.09 gram. So we can apply the vapor density formula. Vapor density is the ratio of the mass of the certain volume of a gas to the mass of the same volume of hydrogen. 1 divided by 0.09, so 11.11. you are getting vapor density, no unit, and molecular weight is equal to 2 into vapor density, you are getting 22.22. So today, the homework for you, that page number 86, that these numericals are there. You can try. If you are able to solve, no problem. Otherwise, next class, we will discuss the numerical problems, this page number 86, and then in that page number 95, percentage composition. Okay. So here I am going to stop the class and rest tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.